Welcome to the BrokerageToday.com live stream. Today we're going to be testing out Lux Algo's AI backtesting assistant. This is a very powerful tool from what we've seen so far. If you do want to check out Lux Algo, the link will be in the description below. We appreciate you checking that out. So without further ado, we have a very unique strategy that we are using. This strategy is pretty advanced. You're going to need some idea of market structure, smart money concepts, and some retracement, or what people call ICT or ITC kind of trading strategy. So definitely, if you don't understand break of structure or liquidity grabs or any kind of smart money concepts, order blocks and trading blocks, you might learn something here. But if not, you're just going to see the power of some of this as we're going to work through a strategy that we are working on live. So this is pretty interesting. So first thing I'm going to do is give the AI, I have an alert that triggers after a bullish break of structure and then a liquidity grab in a bearish order block. Have you ever tested anything like this? Now, the AI will give me back some of the strategies that it has already tested in its database. Lux Algo is one of the largest AI backtesting assistants available, but they're also one of the biggest platforms available for people as well. So this strategy it gives us back a strategy here that's about using a bullish order block as a long entry trigger and a bearish order, a bullish break of structure and a bearish break of structure as triggers. And people have backtested this. Obviously, the win rate is quite low at 38%. So what I'm going to do is, can we also test this with my strategy here? So I'm actually going to go through and see if I could get this strategy to work, right? So to test your strategy, I need to clarify the exact entry and filter logic since only certain combinations are supported. So the triggers are only one trigger per entry, and the filters are up to 2 filters per entry as well. So here it's asking for some pretty important clarifying questions. And notice we're learning some stuff from the AI, especially if you want to get deep into Lux Algo. A trigger cannot be used as a filter or vice versa. So the logic is meant to have an entry or a trigger followed by different filters, which it recommends as the smart trail, the money flows. I have seen some crazy success with that. But listen, guys, this is educational only. Don't take my advice. I'm not a professional. Always do your own due diligence, and you probably will lose money if you trade. So don't take my word for it. Do your own research. This is educational only. So that being said, could you clarify the following to set up the test correctly? Should the bullish break of structure be the main trigger with both a liquidity grab and bearish order block entered as filters? That's pretty much what we want. Let's see what the other options are here. Do you want a different order liquidity grab as the trigger with a bullish break of structure and bearish order block entered as filters? Do you want a different order as the trigger and those as filters? Or should the entry be long only, or do you want it mirrored short condition as well? That's really interesting. So what I'm going to say is I'm going to take this and say use the bullish order block. The bullish break of structure as the main trigger with both liquidity grab and bearish order block entered as the filters. Test this only for short conditions. And let's see what the AI gives us back here. So it was unable to find a strategy that matches the exact request using bearish break of structure as the trigger with both liquidity grab and bearish order block as filters for short only. The closest available tested strategy uses a bearish break of structure as a trigger with a trend tracer bearish and neocloud bearish as filters. Do you want to test your exact strategy? Please note only one trigger and 2 filters are supported, and both liquidity grab are valid as filters, but I could not find a backtest with both used together for filters of that. Would you like me to search the strategies using bearish BOS as the trigger with either but not both, or would you like to try a different combination or asset? Let me know how you'd like to proceed. So let's say, please help me test this specific strategy using the bullish order break of structure. So once again, this has a very bad find in terms of strategy. It's not finding a strategy here. So is it possible to test my strategy? Let's see. All right, so this strategy is not able to be tested. It's not in their database. So that's pretty interesting. This is a little bit of a limitation here through Lux Algo. It cannot run custom new backtests outside the available database. So let's go ahead within the databases. There is a lot there, and say search for strategies with bullish. Yes, so we're going to just say, please search for strategies. All right, so once again, the AI here didn't really find a strategy compatible in the database. Now, this could help me build a new strategy or do something similar, but I'm really looking for data here that's going to help me dial in this strategy and get some real numbers behind it. So let's just ask the AI, are there any strategies using the bullish break of structure as its trigger with any other filters? All right, so once again, it did not find any backtested strategies using a bullish break of structure as a trigger with any additional filters. So we're going to look for some additional break of structure strategies on additional time frames. All right, so let's look for some of these bullish break of structure strategies on different assets and time frames. Now, what's interesting here is there are other break of structures, and they're looking to get some bearish confluence here. This one is a short entry, so there are some of these here. Great. Can you list? All right, ding. So we found 279 strategies in the database that are based off of a bullish break of structure. Let's say now tell me how many are for short conditions. Oh, great. So these are all for short conditions. Now, can you provide them all in a table and sort them by profitability? All right, so we got a few options here. The win rate on these strategies are pretty low. We're seeing 40%, 44%. The profit factors are quite high. So you can have a lower win rate and a higher profit factor. So with a max drawdown, and then overall, the net profitability is quite high. All right, so we got one here that's also got a higher than 50% win rate with a very high profit factor. It's pretty good. 23% max drawdown, something to consider. So let's say, are any of these assets tested in crypto? So clearly we're able to find some that are working within crypto, specifically within Bitcoin, some very high win rates, but you want to make sure there's a number of trades on there too. It's a pretty high profit factor for some of these. Let's look into this a little bit. It's pretty crazy to me. Let's filter it down a little bit more so we can get more strategies. All right, so we have some insanely high profit factors here. It's only 2 or 3 trades, so I'm going to say this strategy should have 20 trades minimum. What's really jumping out to me here, what's interesting, is that these strategies are built around a bullish break of structure and then some other bearish type of confluence. Here, there's bearish confluence, hyperwave above 80. There's some overbought conditions, and there's a weak bearish confluence. The other thing here is if the money flow is below 50, that means there's a bullish break of structure, the money flow is actually exiting, and the hyperwave is up, means it's a little bit overbought. So it's probably going to be harder to get a trigger on that, but if it triggers, it's probably a good idea. Very interesting overall. Now here's some interesting stuff as well. Net profit here, we have a win rate of 67%, profit factor 9x or 9.11. Really interesting stuff here. I can't promise that this works, but I can't deny, guys, that this is really interesting. This is just one strategy that I've been working on and developing, and this information really gives you better ways to use their tools using AI. I know everybody's looking for AI to trade for them, but if you can use this with advanced tools and signals like this, I think this is the way to go. So again, not endorsing this or anything like that, but this is very interesting. This is a great condition here. Wow, that's really smart, whoever created this one. You get a so here they have a bearish break of structure, and then you have a trend strength of ranging, and then money flow above 50. So it's ranging. That's kind of good that it could come down. This is interesting because I was actually reading the long entry conditions. These are the short entry conditions. Really well built, to be honest, guys. This is the kind of stuff that you can build and automate. I was reading this incorrectly before, just a note. Long entry conditions. So it just gives you an idea of what's possible. This has been built, guys. This is here.